Well, hi, I'm Todd Studer, and this is Morning Coffee. We've been telling you about it now for a little while that there's something very special that is coming to Council Bluffs. It's called the Wall That Heals. And this is a three-quarter size replica of the Vietnam War Memorial Wall that's in Washington, D.C. And it will be here in Council Bluffs at Lewis Central High School. Actually, it's going to be on the soccer field, and this is going to be Memorial Weekend, which is a very, very special weekend for any community to have this wall, and Council Bluffs is going to have it then. We're welcoming in David Hazelwood to the studios today to tell us more about the fundraising effort, because listen, it takes money to be able to do this, travels around the country, also a lot of volunteers that are going to be helping out with this, and an opportunity for you to be a sponsor on the Wall That Heals, and also how can you volunteer to help out that weekend. So David Hazelwood will be our guest today on Morning Coffee. You know, as we continue through 2026, the Acres in Council Bluffs is ready to help couples and organizations plan unforgettable celebrations. They're set on 13 beautiful acres and offer flexible, stress-free, and no hidden fees. Full freedom to choose your own vendors, from weddings and receptions to corporate gatherings and milestone events. This space comfortably can host up to 200 guests with everything you need for a seamless experience. If you'd like to schedule a tour, go to theacresvenue.com. If you like driving, you know you can get paid for it as a first student bus driver, working short hours, earning a competitive wage, and making a difference in the lives of children. And that pay starts with a sign-on bonus. Fully licensed drivers get a sign-on bonus of $4,000, and those who don't have a CDL yet get a sign-on bonus of $3,000 once that CDL is obtained. And every driver gets on-the-job training. So don't wait. Apply at workatfirst.com. And Morning Coffee brought to you by Keith Jones, your Edward Jones financial advisor in Council Bluffs. Learn how he can help you reach your financial goals. Visit edwardjones.com for more. Edward Jones, member SIPC. We've been telling you about the Wall That Heals, the replica of the Vietnam Memorial Wall that is coming to Council Bluffs in May. And a part of that, a lot of different moving pieces. And David Hazelwood is here to tell us about the fundraising portion of it, because obviously these things don't move around for free. But David, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you coming in.
Well, thank you for having me.
Let's talk a bit about the fundraising portion of what's going on here, because it, as you said, it's not just $20. It's a significant amount of money in order to be able to put this event on.
Well, absolutely. With any initiative, a capital campaign is necessary to drive this initiative. And with that, we've set a goal of $20,000 of funds to be raised to support this initiative. Mm-hmm. And with this initiative, the upfront cost to bring this replica of the Vietnam Veteran Wall to the city of Council Bluffs in Pottawatomie County is $12,000. And inside of that, we have programming, marketing, and support for volunteers. And that's where $8,000 comes in, for a total of $20,000 for this initiative. And we've started about 30 days ago, and we're about 50% there, but we still have a long way to go. And with that, we have different opportunities for individuals to support and honor veterans that might have served during the Vietnam era, either surviving or giving that ultimate sacrifice, unfortunately. Then we also have attracted a lot of businesses, and then veteran-owned businesses inside the city of Council Bluffs have been supporting that. And there's 4 different levels that you can support. You can be a friend of the wall. You can be the next level, which is a silver level, an honor level. And each one of those provide different opportunities for marketability of the organization and the donation as well.
So you talk about marketability. What does that involve? What goes along with that?
So generally, based on that donation level, what we will do is market that entity or that individual through our social media, through banners that we have on site. We will have T-shirts for all of the volunteers. We're expecting up to 400 volunteers to support this initiative.
Somebody's got to print those T-shirts.
Yeah, someone's got to print those T-shirts. And so marketing for each one of those individuals. And then, of course, for those that give a donation in honor of a gentleman or a female that served during that time, there'll be a special honor there as well.
So how are those donations being collected? What's the process?
So what we do is I've been soliciting through electronic email and correspondence, and I've also made a lot of personal appearances with certain entities and private individuals that I know that have a connection with the Vietnam conflict. They have two methods of supporting: providing us a check that can be sent right to the Veterans Service Office, and we take that donation and take to the Community Foundation of Western Southwest Iowa
Mhm.
here in town, and they're handling all those proceeds for us. And we also, on all of our social media and all of our flyers are out throughout the community in our marketing. We have a QR code where you can simply make a donation through that method as well.
What type of feedback have you been getting so far as you've been talking to folks?
We've been getting very good feedback. Again, I think most citizens throughout the continental United States believe in supporting veterans, and I think that's probably one of the biggest driving forces here. With this wall, it's not only bringing that replica here, but it's allowing those individuals that's never had that opportunity to travel to Washington D.C. To visit that wall and honor those 58,000 plus individuals that made that ultimate sacrifice. And then we also have spouses in our community that might have lost a family member that have never been able to travel. So it's going to give some closure for those local citizens. And then we also know that there'll be citizens that travel from outside of Pottawatomie County that will visit this wall.
For folks in the, I'm Gen X, so folks in my generation, we typically look at the Vietnam conflict time as well. That was just a generation ahead of us, but we don't really fully comprehend how long ago it was, I think,
Right.
anymore. This is an aging population
It
of
is.
folks that served during this time. And that's why I think it's even more critical that we honor them now while they're all still with us,
Mhm.
as many as it can be, and that they know that what happened during that time when they came home, and we weren't seeing
Right.
this type of respect back then. They need to know that that continues and that we continue to remember because this is something, it stays with them. You know,
Absolutely.
they're still dealing with everything that happened with that.
We need to keep that memory alive. Absolutely.
So, from your vantage point on the fundraising side, how can we help here from, say, with this program? What can we do to help spread the word and make sure that we're getting all the right people involved with this?
I think it's just important to spread that information that we're bringing this initiative to town to honor that conflict, honor those individuals that, again, gave that ultimate sacrifice, and doing that through this initiative, through this podcast, and getting out to the public, along with the initiatives that we're implementing right now to ensure that everybody's aware that this event is coming to town. It's going to be a very large event. We're speculating additional 14,000 people that will be attending this over a 24-hour period for the Memorial Day weekend, which is very important that our city was granted that weekend
Yes, it
to have
is.
this wall.
I know that it made some people nervous when
Yes.
it came down and said,
Yes.
"Wait a minute,
Yeah.
this just not only was it such an honor to get selected, but now that we have it over Memorial Weekend, is even a larger scale with this." And I've been talking with different people. I know that there's a group from the Masonic Lodge that want to
Mhm.
get together and volunteer together. I've heard the Shriners are coming over
Yes.
as well as volunteers to
Right.
be able to help out with this. And it's bigger than just what's going on inside of the city limits of Council Bluffs.
Absolutely.
This is a bigger event.
I'm hoping that we can get this message out early enough that individuals will shift their Memorial Day plans,
Mhm.
stay within the community, and celebrate this honor that we have the opportunity to bring to the city of Council Bluffs and Pottawatomie County.
Well, and it's such as I've been talking with people and I've been reading about, like with the setup and everything, there's so many protocols that are in place to make sure that everyone is respecting what it
Yes.
is that they're doing. And I have never seen it. I've never seen the full size one in Washington, D.C., and I have never seen the replica. So this is going to be a brand new experience for me. But the more that I read about it, the more I appreciate just how serious this is being taken.
It is, and you're very accurate. The protocols, and I've had the honor to visit the Memorial Wall in Washington D.C., and I was very honored to take my father to that. His brother actually served in Vietnam, and so it was a very rewarding trip for us. And there are a lot of protocols in this, and there's a lot of little steps inside the parameters of from when it arrives to the city of Council Bluffs, the setup, setting up the education center, making sure that we have the right foot traffic area, that we are keeping within the parameters and the honor of the existing wall in Washington, D.C. There is a lot. This is a big, heavy lift for us.
It is,
Yes,
but also an important one.
it is.
I believe that, and the slight shift, getting it over to Lewis Central and the good folks there at the school, they had to jump through a couple of hoops to make sure that it was
They-
possible to be able to schedule this just from a timing standpoint, because school's ending at the same time.
Yes.
But they did that, and
Yes.
to make sure, and I think that it's going to be helpful there. I'm not sure exactly in what position they're going to put the wall out there yet. I don't even, is that even
So
known?
we're actually placing it on the soccer field, which is on the south end
Okay.
of the high school.
Right.
And so we're going to have access for parking, for multiple accommodations for parking, easy walking space from your vehicle. Those individuals that might need some assistance, we have vehicles to travel them from their park car to the wall.
Mhm.
It is going to encompass the entire soccer field. It's going to be facing from south to north. It has its own light system that will be lit up 24 hours a day.
That's a good point that you
Yes.
brought up, David, is that this is a 24-hour a day event.
Yes.
This is not, hey, we're open from 9 to 5 and then we're shutting it down. The people are welcome to come in at any time. And again, you're here to talk about the fundraising, but I also want to stress, and we're going to continue to do this, that volunteers are needed,
Yes.
and needing volunteers around the clock
Around the clock.
to be able to do this, to be able to guide traffic, to be able to help folks that want to come out. And there's going to be training involved with that for those
Yes.
volunteers to understand specifically what's going on. I think this is a wonderful opportunity for different civic organizations to get involved. If the Boy Scouts haven't gotten in yet, I'd be very surprised.
They're in.
Yeah.
ROTC is in with us as well. So
Yeah, and I'd heard that the Offutt Honor Guard is coming over
Yes.
for the opening ceremonies, which will be that Friday night. And there's so much involved with this, and it's exciting to me to see you guys here this early talking about it, because what that tells me is, yeah, everybody here is taking it seriously. We can't just a few weeks out and then start putting it together.
Right.
No, we need to be planning ahead. So with the getting back to the fundraising part of it, is there a place that people can just go online and just log in and be able to handle that part? Do they need to have you come in and talk? What's the
they can
protocol?
absolutely log in. They can log into the website on Potawatomi County's website, pull up the Veteran Service Office, and we actually have a link that directly takes you to the wall, gives you an overview of the entire initiative, the timeline, all of the volunteers. So you can actually volunteer through a link. You can actually donate through a link. We have a QR code. Or if you feel more comfortable, you can write a check to the Veteran Service Office. You can send that there. Then I'm notified. Then I process that, and then it is stored inside the Community Foundation of Southwest Iowa.
What a way to be able to show the community that you support what's going on here with your business than doing this. I can't imagine anybody not wanting to be a part of it. I mean, and I'm guessing as you've been going around and talking to people, it's been probably a fairly easy lift.
It's been a very,
Yeah.
again, it's probably one of the easiest initiatives I've ever been associated with.
Yeah. But I think that's a testament to the community that we live in,
Yes.
too, because I've talked about it many times on the show, just how supportive this town is with nonprofits and different service organizations and different events that are going on. And this is a big one.
It is.
This is going to be something that I think that we'll be able to look back on after it's over for many, many years to come and say, hey, do you remember when we did that? Remember when we pulled that off and we had all of these people come into town? And it's a powerful thing to be able to honor the folks. And we do a good job with that. We're just taking it to the next level.
We
here
are,
right
Todd,
now.
and it's a one-time event.
Yeah, just
So let's make it the best.
absolutely. So again, I'm gonna get the website from you that we can put the link in the description to this show. So make it as easy as possible for you to be able to just click on a link, go take part, learn more about how your financial contribution can help bring all of this together. It takes, there's a lot of moving parts that you can be a part of. And as you said, David, there will be, you're going to make sure that those businesses and organizations are recognized
Absolutely.
for that. And it's a way to show the entire country here's what Council Bluffs and the surrounding area is all about. And this how early I was told about it and said, "Hey, can we start talking about this?" And the amount of folks that it's a big team already going, is it not?
It is, and we're 60 days in,
Yeah.
and we were 30 days in prior to even be approved for this initiative to come to the city of Council Bluffs.
You were already working on
We
it,
were
just
working. There
anticipating
was
it.
so much upfront
Right.
uh, components to this to be even approved for this, and then start preliminary considerations for donations for volunteers before prior to even being approved for this event.
So, and again, you talked about it briefly, but if you don't mind, highlight a little bit more about your passion for this and with your history.
Absolutely. So my passion is I've served 6 years in the United States Marine Corps, and I've done 3 deployments, and I've always tried to consider my contribution back to the veteran population. And I was always standoffish for many, many years because it was my service. Now, that being said, during my deployments, I built a very strong brotherhood, and we still have reunions once a year. We meet out at a location during the Marine Corps birthday weekend. We celebrate the ball. We check in on each other and see how we're doing. And so I always wanted to find a way that I could give back. Even though I was a little standoffish, I'm really not active in any veteran service organizations, even though I'm members.
Mhm.
And so I said, what better way to give back is support the local veteran service organization. So I applied to be a commissioner, and I've been a commissioner, I believe, for a little over 5 years now. So I can help the administrator and the caseworkers serve our veterans in Pottawatomie County a little bit better through my expertise in the toolkit that I bring to the table. And so that's my contribution back to the veteran population in this area, serving as a commissioner and then supporting this initiative. We look at many different initiatives that we want to deploy at the Veteran Service Office to
Mhm.
better support the veterans that we recognize and support through the federal and local and state initiatives that we have in Pottawatomie County. And we do very well, but this is just a big lift, like we said earlier. And I think this is going to encompass even those spouses and family members of veterans that served during the Vietnam conflict.
How do you feel the knowledge is for veterans knowing what services are available to them? Do we do a pretty good job of
I
letting them know?
We absolutely do, and we've gotten a lot better over the years. And so our administrator, along again with our caseworkers, are creating different initiatives monthly for us commissioners to consider of how to get our services out. Now, we predominantly support our veterans through veteran or federal initiatives, and so that's our first line of defense for our veterans. We also have some state initiatives that we can support our veterans with, but they've been very creative to generate dollars in support through our local, through donations, through our food pantry, through providing rent assistance. Those veterans that move from other counties that would relocate into Pottawatomie County, we have moving assistance to help support closing costs if they purchase a home here. So we do a very good job, but it's an endless battle. And
Yeah.
so we have to be continuously thinking ahead of the game. We have to create all these initiatives to continue to support different levels of veterans that have served. Obviously, there's very few WW2 veterans that are
Yeah.
living, but their spouses.
Mhm.
And then we have the Korean conflict, then we have the Vietnam veteran, and so forth, from Desert Storm all the way to Afghanistan and Iraq. So a different population comes in. We have to create different initiatives to support their needs.
Yeah, and things while things stay the same, they don't stay the same. There's
Exactly.
a difference
There is.
as you dealing with different age groups, different levels of service, and different things like that. Meeting them where they're at and letting them know that hey, we're here for you,
Yep.
and we want to make sure that we're taking care of the needs as you come back. That you know that these services are available. So grateful for the work that you're doing. You know, I've told other folks that have sat in the chair. I've got a lot of military history in my family, going from what I remember, both my grandfather serving in World War
Mhm.
II, and my dad serving during Vietnam time, just not in Vietnam, and brothers and everything else. So grateful for the work that you're doing here,
Thank you.
and I'm excited to see and humbled just a bit. I don't know that I've actually made the announcement yet that. I was asked and accepted to MC the opening ceremonies,
Yes.
and I am was thrilled to even be considered
Mm.
for that. That was a powerful moment for
Mm.
me. So we'll keep promoting this as you guys have more information that comes up, more needs that come up. Please, let us know, and we will help pass that information out there.
Definitely will. Thank you.
All right. Well, listen, David Hazelwood, thank you so much for your time. Thanks
Thank
for your
you.
work, and
Absolutely.
we'll be talking again soon.
Okay, great.
The Bloomworks Floral has been bringing beauty to Council Bluffs for years with fresh floral arrangements for every moment worth celebrating. They specialize in creative wedding designs, stunning sympathy flowers, and thoughtful gift bouquets, prom accessories, and local delivery across Southwest Iowa and the Omaha area. So, whether you want blooms for a special event or just to brighten someone's day, Bloomworks Floral combines local charm with expert craftsmanship. ebloomworks.com is their website. And after a 2-year renovation, a true downtown Council Bluffs landmark is open once again. The Park Building, fully refreshed with new finishes, updated HVAC, and modern amenities, all while keeping the historic charm that makes this building so special. Office space is now available from a single one-room office starting at just $400 per month to full floor suites at just $15 per square foot. Tenants can enjoy shared conference space on the third floor, also guest Wi-Fi, flexible 12-month leases, and a location that puts you in the heart of Council Bluffs. The Park Building, open and ready for your business. That's going to wrap up today's show. Thank you so much for being a part of it. My name is Todd Studer, and we'll see you back here tomorrow morning.